everyone, and welcome back to my channel, Jennifer and Diamonds. I am Jennifer. If you are new here, welcome on in, and I hope you enjoy your stay. So today we are doing a WIP and Chat, and I'm hoping... I just felt a hair. Just a second. Anyway, we're gonna do a WIP and Chat today. So if you're never heard of a WIP and Chat, WIP stands for work in progress. So you can work. I'll be working on this diamond painting. You can work on whatever you want, or you just listen. Either or doesn't matter. And then chat. So I'll be doing the chatting. But if you want to chat down in the comments and tell me how your week went, that would be awesome. So I'm hoping my camera is going to work with me today. So I've been having some issues with my webcam, which is what I use to record these videos. For some reason, it's not liking the bottom of my canvas. I figured it out today. So I've been having this problem off and on, and I thought my camera was dying. And I still think it is dying, but it only has problems with like this area down here when it's up on camera. If my hands are in the frame, it seems to be fine. But if I don't have my hands in the frame, it will start like flickering kind of in this area on the screen. It's weird. It's super weird. But I did order a new camera from Amazon, webcam. So it's supposed to be here on Monday. So I'm just trying to make do with what I got. So I wanted to show you the progress. So this is a Michael's Make Market kit. I've been working on this for close to a month now because I've been doing just one section a day. I'm trying to like spread it out because I don't have tons of money to be spending on diamond painting. I love diamond painting, but some of the kits can be pretty spendy. So yeah, so I've been working on one section at a time. So this is what I got. I'm down to the last two sections. Oh, way up here. Way up here. I'm loving this canvas. I mean, like I said, it's a Michael's Make Market kit. So it's on the lower end of what people spend on diamond painting. Like this one, I think because Michael's always has a coupon. Usually 30% off, although this week I did notice a 40% off coupon for one regular priced item. So I'm probably gonna go over there and get a frame for this one. So I'm down to my last two sections. So I'm gonna work on this one tonight and then this one tomorrow morning, and then I'll be done. I can't believe it. It's almost done. So I'm just gonna take a second and I'm gonna zoom in and set this up for diamond painting, and I will be right back. Okay, it's kind of fuzzy, but we're gonna work with this. Okay, so another thing I've changed is how I'm recording. So I used to stream on Twitch. I just kind of stopped doing that just when I started diamond painting. So I used a program when I streamed. I used a program called OBS. Well, it was actually Stream Elements OBS, kind of like a mixture of the two. Anyway, it's like OBS. So it's recording a thing to use to stream on like Twitch, and you can use it to stream on YouTube. Anyway, I'm using that. Actually, I'm just gonna take this off. And I was using that when I first started recording YouTube videos, and then I had a problem where my camera was constantly autofocusing my webcam, which probably was my first indication there was a problem with my webcam. So then I found another program that is specifically for capturing video with Logitech webcams, and I was using that the last little bit for my videos on YouTube. But then I was fooling around with things this weekend because I was trying to figure out because I was having problems with that issue I was telling you at the beginning with where it was like flickering just in that one spot at the bottom of, I don't know why. It's weird. And I was messing it around, and I found out that I can still use that Logitech program, but kind of like feed it into my OBS And when I do that, I can actually put filters on my mic. So my mic hopefully sounds better. I did have somebody this past week email me and asking me if I can turn up the sound on my videos because they were having a hard time hearing me. I did get my husband to listen to one of my videos and he seemed to think it was fine, but I decided I wanted to try to fix it. So hopefully it's better now and it's a little bit louder and easier to hear. And so that's what I'm doing right now is I'm recording this through with OBS. And with the OBS, I can put filters on my mic. So I'm hoping, one, that I'm louder than before, and two, that it's actually better quality sound. I don't know. We'll see. So let's start off by how are you guys doing? How was your week? Let me know. Tell me in the comments how your week was. As usual, nothing. Well, I can't say nothing happened to me this week. There was a couple things that have been going on. Some things that I just haven't mentioned before that's going on with one of my family members that's kind of becoming more of a thing. That's kind of a bad way to put it. I'll explain. One of my uncles on my mom's side, one of her brothers, last year found out that he had terminal brain cancer. The doctors said that I can't talk. The doctors had a treatment plan, but it was basically just to try to give him a year, just to have a little bit more time, basically. He did reach that year like a month or two ago. So he hit that year that the doctors were hoping to get for him. So that's pretty good. And then it was also his 60th birthday on Wednesday. And that was his, he wanted to make it to his birthday. But he's been having a very, very rough time lately. Every time I talk to my dad about, we talk to each other regularly. He's always telling me he doesn't know how much longer my uncle has. He has, when you have health issues, he has his good days and he has his bad days. He was just hoping, at one point my dad wasn't even sure he was going to make it to his birthday. But we had planned, the reason why I'm even talking about this is we had planned for my daughter to go visit my parents this week. We had talked about it a couple weeks ago. She usually goes visit my parents for a week or so in the summer. Just one, it gets her away from electronics for a while because she doesn't. Well, they watch movies and stuff, but she's not constantly on her computer playing video games or whatever. So and then she also gets to spend time with her grandparents. So, like I said, we had planned to do this a couple weeks ago. And then, the beginning of this week, I was talking to my dad, and he's like, I don't know if this is going to be a good idea. Your uncle's not doing very well. And if something happens and he does pass away, then we're going to have to help your grandmother with stuff. And I don't know if we want, they didn't know if they want my daughter there because, definitely wouldn't be any fun for her because my dad would be having to help with getting things set up and call people or whatever. And she's 15. It wouldn't be the best for her. So we decided that we're going to wait till Friday and see how it is. And on Friday we'll talk and we'll decide from there how my uncle is doing and if my parents will give the green light for my daughter to come visit them for a week. So it was up and down, and then on Wednesday, Thursday, it was Wednesday or Thursday, my dad called. I talked to him a few times this week, actually. Sometimes I don't talk to him. I usually talk to him at least once a week, but there is weeks that we go by and not talk. But this week we talked a lot, mostly because he was just trying to keep me updated on what's going on with my uncle, so we could figure out what was going to go on with my daughter. And but he called on, I think it was Thursday, might even be Wednesday. Anyway, he called to like get ideas for food that my daughter would eat while she's there, because she is very picky. They know she's very picky. We lived with my parents for a few years, and so they know how picky. Part of the reason why she's picky is probably my parents, because when we were living with them, if she didn't want something, she didn't have to eat it, and they would make her something totally different and stuff like that. But anyway, I mean, I was picky when I was growing up too, so whatever. So I figured when I got that call that they were leaning towards her coming to visit, because if they're figuring out what kind of food that she's going to eat, then they're kind of planning that she's going to be there. And then he's like, but he did say at the end of the conversation, he's like, we're still not sure, and how about you call me after work on Friday, and then we will, we'll go from there. So Friday during the day, I get a text from my dad saying, okay, we're going to greenlight Ellie, my daughter, coming for a visit. Just what we do is, my parents live 3 hours away, so there's like almost a halfway point. There's like we call it the Blue Canoe, because it's like a big gas stop and like restaurant attached to it, and there's this big blue canoe out front with like a moose and a beaver in it. It's very Canadian. And so he's like, yeah, we'll meet at Blue Canoe, just let me know what time and we'll meet you there. And I'm like, okay, I'll talk to my husband. I'll talk to John, my husband, and but we'll probably be at like 11 o'clock. So that's what we did. Like, today is Saturday, so we met my parents at the stop and basically handed off my daughter for them for the week. And when I was talking to my dad when we dropped her off, he's like, your uncle's doing really well. He's actually had a really good day, which was a total change from the other day when my dad was saying like he's going downhill pretty fast, so we don't know how much longer. But he's like, yeah, you had a really good day yesterday. So I was optimistic, and then I get home, and like, I don't know, an hour or two after I'm home, I get a text or a message from my dad saying, hey, your uncle's not having a very good day today, and your mom is at your grandma's, because my uncle, especially now that he's sick, has been living with my grandmother, and she's been taking care of him. I mean, she's in her late 70s, early 80s. Well, she's probably in her 80s. Yeah, she's in her 80s. So, I mean, it's pretty tough on her. So my mom helps out a lot. And so, yeah. But I mean, so I messaged him back, and I'm like, sorry to hear that he's not doing so well. My dad's like, oh, it's okay. Like, as in, like, everything's fine. My dad dropped my mom off my grandmother's, so she could help my grandma with my uncle, and my dad and my daughter was just back at their place, watching movies or hanging out, playing cards, kind of thing. So yeah, so it's kind of been, I don't know, a little bit of stressful week, up and down emotion wise, because one day my uncle will be doing fine, well, not fine, but better, having better days. I don't know, I couldn't imagine being in his shoes. He was a very thin guy, like, and it's so different from what both my ex-in-laws passed away from cancer within months of each other. And my ex-father-in-law, I remember seeing him a while after he was diagnosed and he was going through treatments and stuff, and I hadn't seen him in a while. And he came to pick up my boys to visit with my boys, and I barely recognized him because he had lost so much weight. And it's like the opposite with my uncle, where he was super thin, and the medication, I think it's the steroids and stuff he's on right now to manage his pain, but it makes him basically get the munchies. So he's constantly eating. My dad says he just constantly eats, and so he's gained a ton of weight. It's just so weird how people, like when they have cancer, how it's just so different. So let's move on from that. Let's go in for more cheerful stuff, or at least neutral stuff. So I made some notes. Let's see. So I record these videos on Saturdays. So on last Sunday, it was a pretty normal day. Went grocery shopping. Nothing spectacular there. I got new nail polish. So I got pink and this. It almost looks purple, but it's a gray. I always forget what it's called. It's a really funny name. It's like a play on words. So yeah, I got this nail polish. It's kind of. Okay, it is there. Okay, like somehow the thing. Guys need to tell me. But then somehow the canvas went down. So yeah, so I have pink nail polish and like this gray. It almost looks purple, like a purpley gray. So yeah, I got a new nail polish on Sunday. I needed new nail polish. Basically, I don't usually wear nail polish. I only started really wearing nail polish when I started doing these videos, because you see my hands and I'm like, I gotta pretty them up a little bit. So I got so all I had before was basically that blue nail polish, which I like. But I wanted some other nail polish, so. And I also need a nail polish remover. So I got nail polish remover, cotton balls to get the nail polish off, and I got some new nail polish. So I had, girly things. I did girly things. I don't usually do girly things. Oh, yes. And my husband surprised me out of the blue with a trip to Michael's. He doesn't voluntarily go to Michael's. I usually have to say, I want to go to Michael's. Can you drive me to Michael's? And he's like, oh, but he just out of the blue. I was in our room, like watching TV or something, or watching YouTube videos on my tablet. I don't know. I was in our room laying down watching something. And he comes in, he's like, what are you doing? And I'm like, nothing. He's like, good. Get ready. We're going out. I'm like, what? I'm like, where are we going? He's like, we're going to Michael's. I'm like, excuse me? We had a conversation earlier, which was what kind of brought this on. I'm not going to go into details, but yeah. So that's why it happened. So yeah, he brought me to Michael's and I picked out a new diamond painting kit, another Make Market kit. I hummed and hawed. I looked at all, because last time when I picked up this kit, they didn't really have a lot to choose from. But lately, when I've been in there, I've noticed that each time I'm in there seems to be more of the kits actually in the store. So I had lots to choose from. So it took me a while to finally choose one. And I finally chose the Jaguar one. That one will not be done, because once I got it and then I got home and I was looking at, because I have kind of like a schedule of, I have the Dreamer Designs kits that I have in my stash. Plus I have 2 Make Market Halloween kits, and I have them all scheduled out, which will bring me to those 4 Dreamer Designs kits. And then the two Halloween kits will basically bring me to the end of October. And then I'm sometime in September/October, I'm guessing that Michaels will come out with the Christmas kits. Probably, I'm thinking maybe October. So I'm planning to get a couple of those kits. I'm really hoping they come out with some Christmas kits. So basically, I have plans for diamond painting until the end of the year. So the Jaguar kit that I got on Sunday, or this past Sunday, probably will not be done until, like, I won't start working on it until sometime in the new year. Things may change, but that is the plan right now. I have this kit, which I'll finish tomorrow. Then I'll start doing the Dreamers design kits, and that will take just over a month and a half to do, probably about a month. There's 4 of them, and I'm estimating it'll take me just about 9 days or so to do. So 9 times 4 is 30. Yeah, so about 36 days, so just over a month to do those. And then I'll start on the Halloween kits, and then that will bring me to like the last few days of October. I bought some stuff off Temu, mostly diamond painting accessories, but I did pick up one diamond painting kit. And the only reason why I did was because it is a Van Gogh. It's the Starry Nights one. So it's part of the public domain, and that's the only reason why I got the kit, because I know a lot of the kits on Temu are probably stolen art. So I didn't want to get anything other than like old master type kits. So I wanted to try that. I've been wanting to do the Starry Nights one for a while. So I mean, it's going to be tiny. It's going to be I can't remember what the dimensions were, but it's going to be small. And I'm thinking it's only going to, I mean, I could probably do it all in one day, but I'm going to spread it out in the last few days of October. I'm probably not going to do any videos on it. It's just going to tide me over basically until I can start doing hopefully some Christmas kits in November, December. So yeah, like I said, my husband totally surprised me out of the blue. Just comes in and said, "Okay, we're going to Michael's." What? That's crazy talk. So that was Sunday. Monday, I actually had off from work because here in Canada was it's called different things. I'm pretty sure I mentioned this in the last WIP and Chat. It's called different things depending on which province you're in. Some just call it August long weekend. It's just a holiday I have basically in August. Here in New Brunswick, where I am, it's called New Brunswick Day. It's like I said, it depending on where you live, it's called different things. Basically, and it's not a stat holiday, so not everybody gets it off. But my job did give us the day off, and my husband as well. So we had that day off. We didn't do anything special. I did get some house cleaning done. Woohoo! I basically washed all the floors on the main level. That was exciting. But that's about it. Really didn't really do much of anything. It was just a day off from work. So that was Monday. Tuesday was my husband's birthday. Poor guy, he got the Monday off for the holiday and had to go work on his birthday. I asked him repeatedly what he wanted to do for his birthday, and he didn't want to do anything. I asked him what he wanted for his birthday. Not that we usually really get each other birthday presents. What it ends up being is we will, right around our birthday, there's something we want, and we basically tell each other, okay, that's gonna be my birthday present, kind of thing. Yeah, we're not really big birthday present giving people. I mean, we give presents to our kids, but not to each other. We did have, well, I mentioned before I get HelloFresh for our supper meals throughout the week. Because Monday was a holiday, and our delivery is usually on Mondays, our delivery got pushed to Tuesday, and they warn you. So Tuesday comes around, and again, it was later than usual. I don't know, the last couple of weeks, it's coming right around 5:30, 6 o'clock. And that's usually when we actually eat. So with it being my husband's birthday, originally we were just going to have some HelloFresh thing. Although we usually have like a special meal. But like I said, he didn't really want to do anything for his birthday this year. So we were just planning to have HelloFresh, but it was late. So we ended up getting takeout. What did we end up having for takeout? I can't remember. Did I write it down? Oh, yes. Okay. My husband and I got pad thai. When he found out it was the delivery was running late again, he got pad thai on the way home for me and my husband. My daughter will not eat pad thai, so she got McDonald's. And then we had chocolate cake because he got to pick out his cake. He's a chocolate cake lover. I'm not a bit. Chocolate cake's fine for me. I've had some bad chocolate cakes in my life, and because some of them can be kind of dry. So I'm not a big fan of chocolate cakes. I will eat it. And the one that we did get, because he did get chocolate cake, was actually pretty good. It was nice and moist. Like I said, I've had some pretty dry chocolate cakes, and that's one of the reasons why I'm not a fan of chocolate cake in general. So that was his birthday. Like I said, we didn't do anything super special. He was working and he didn't want to do anything for his birthday. And we did end up ordering out, like I said. Well, not ordering out, he picked up food on the way home. But that is about it for his birthday. Wednesday. So I mentioned that I ordered something from Temu. So originally, when I ordered from Temu, I got the notification that it was shipped, and it's had the estimated delivery date as this past Friday. But I was watching because they send you an email saying, okay, it's been shipped, and then you click on the link, and then it's actually not going anywhere. Like, it hadn't even been picked up by the courier company. It drove me nuts. I got the notification, I think, on the Saturday, and I figured because it was a weekend, it wasn't going to update, especially because it was a long weekend here in Canada. It wasn't going to update, and sure enough, it did not update until Wednesday. And when it updated, it said that it moved the estimated delivery date to this coming Monday. So I was really hoping that it was going to get here on the Friday, because I was going to do like an unboxing, unbagging, or whatever for Temu and show y'all what I got. And then I was really hoping to be, because I did get a diamond or diamond painting pen from them with some tips, and I was planning to use that tonight, but alas, it is not getting here until Monday. So I'm actually going to get lots of shipments on Monday because I got my Temu shipment coming in. And it is here. It's actually, which really frustrating, is it again updated on Friday to say that it is in a town right next to us. It's basically literally like one border of where I live is next to the border of the other town. Like it's so close. And it's sitting there and it's going to sit there all weekend. Because here in Canada, because it's going by Canada Post, and here in Canada, there's a here. Canada Post does not deliver on weekends. They have in the past, but that was during COVID and they were behind. And I have seen them do it, like over like Christmas, when it's like gets busy for Christmas, they like do extra deliveries. But since none of that is happening right now, nope, it's gonna sit there at the facility all weekend and get delivered on Monday. So I'm getting the Temu shipment on Monday, and then I got two things at Amazon. I got my new webcam, and then I also got a new arm that my webcam will attach to. Because right now, my webcam is dangling from an arm that's actually supposed to be for my mic. Because I needed it to be an overhead camera, and the only way I could do that with what I had at the time was to use my mic arm thing, and it's just dangling there basically. So I got an arm that my new webcam will attach to and actually be, not hanging there dangling. It will actually be attached to something. What's funny is when I was looking at webcams, because right now I have a Logitech C22X. And I went to Amazon and they have one. And I've had this webcam for 5 years, and I think that's a pretty decent amount of time to have it. So I'm like, well, let's look at getting the same one again. And I'm like, oh, look, if I order it now, which was Friday, it's supposed to get here on Sunday because Amazon doesn't use Canada Post. They use a courier service. But I'm like, wait a minute. There's a C20X that's like $30 less. So I compared the two. I went and Googled and found out that there's really not much difference between the 22X and the 922X and the 920X. Especially for what I'm doing. Like, for what I'm doing, it shouldn't really make any difference. So, but the funny thing is the C20X was saying it would get delivered on Monday. And I'm like, what? Why is one going to be delivered a day earlier if I order it now than the other? It was weird. I ended up going with C20X just to save the $30, and then I used that $30 to get an arm instead of, again, my webcam is not dangling from an arm that's meant for a mic. So those two things are going to be delivered on Monday as well. Hopefully, that's what it's scheduled to be now. So there's that. Then so that was Friday. I ordered the stuff from Amazon because I was looking at my webcam again, and it seems to be getting worse with that flickering. And when I was fooling around with it today, because I was trying to figure out what's the best way to do my video for today, I did look at my husband had a webcam, but it did not look great. And it has a way shorter cord, and it was just going to be a pain in the butt. So I was again looking at my webcam I'm using right now to see if I could get it to work enough that I could get by with taping my WIP and Chat, which we're doing right now. And that's when I figured out I was moving things around, moving the webcam. I realized it was only flickering on one part of my, one part of my canvas was in view. It was so weird. I still don't understand how that works. If anybody understands how that works, explain that in the comments, because I don't know what the difference. The only thing I could think of is the colors, but I'm not sure why that would make a difference. I did find out that there is a problem with flickering, but not as bad, because I did find a video, because I kind of Googled it. And I Googled my webcam and then like flickering, and I did find a video about flickering, but it was nowhere near as bad as what I was getting. And they were changing this one setting to help with the flickering. So they were using a slightly older program, because this video was from a couple years ago. But I did figure out where the settings was, and I did switch it, and it did seem to help, but not totally fix the problem. So yeah, so I was fooling around with that. And that's when I started figuring out that I could use OBS and then take the actual image from the Logitech capture thing. And the reason why I wanted to use the Logitech capture program was because I can turn off my autofocus, because then it wouldn't be constantly blurry and like it was constantly trying to focus. So I can turn off the autofocus in that program, and then I can also zoom in easier with that Logitech capture program. And that program is totally free. You can just download it on the Logitech website. It's only for certain webcams though, because when I was looking at my husband's webcam, it would not recognize my husband's webcam. It's apparently way too inferior or something. It just wouldn't recognize it. I was trying everything. I even like looked it up, couldn't figure it out. But I did get it figured out enough for the WIP and Chat tonight. Today. We are on to today. Second, I'm gonna check something here. So today was just dropping I explained most of today already at the beginning of the video. It was dropping off my daughter with my parents. So yeah, it's like slightly longer for us to get to the Blue Canoe than it is for my parents. So I always like, when we leave, I text them and say, okay, we're on our way. So then they know. We actually beat them there today, only by a few minutes. Usually they beat us there and then wait for us, but we actually beat them there today. So that's all the notes I had for this week. Trying to think if there's anything else to talk about. I don't think so. Oh, I know what I wanted to talk about. Not that I really, just a quick, I don't know, mention, I guess. I don't know, there's some kind of drama going on in the diamond painting community. I have no idea exactly what's going on. It first started when I saw a post from a small shop, and I guess they're getting bullied by a bigger company, but they didn't mention who it was. They did mention something about a video, the live video that they did, although I couldn't find it. So I was trying to figure out what was going on, and then I saw someone else talking about it, because another YouTuber talking about it. Because somebody was basically harassing them because they were upset because they weren't talking about a bigger company harassing a smaller company, and yeah, it's just a big mess. I just like it's kind of crazy to think that there's drama going on in a community that like a lot of the reason why a lot of people do diamond painting is for stress relief, but there's drama going on. I don't know. I tried to figure out what's going on, just so, like, if there's a big company bullying a smaller company, then, I'd kind of like to know what's going on, because do I want to support a company that is bullying another company? So I kind of just wanted to know for the facts more than anything, so I can make an informed decision kind of thing. But I couldn't really figure out exactly. I know. Obviously, I know what the small company is, but I don't know who the bigger company is. So, yeah, I don't know. I did a little looking, but I couldn't figure it out. And I'm just gonna leave it. I'm not gonna get in the middle of drama. Oh, another thing I was gonna mention: shipping costs. So I was looking at various companies the other day for diamond painting, and being in Canada, shipping costs is a big factor in whether I will order something. Between shipping costs and concerns about customs, because I have been dinged pretty heavily with customs in the past when I've ordered stuff, mostly from the States. When I order stuff international, it's usually from the States. So that's really where my experience is from. And nothing irks me more is when I order something from the States and then it gets delivered and then I find out there's customs charges. So I'm always worried every time I buy something from the States that there's going to be customs charges. And that's why I like that, at least from what I could see, Dreamer Designs and Diamond Art Club, their prices includes taxes and like you don't have to worry about customs. But I was looking at some companies, some smaller companies, and there's some stuff I like to support smaller companies. But when I look at sites, especially in the States, and I'm like, oh, this is like, one in particular, I'm not going to mention the company, but there was this diamond paint. They're really new to the diamond painting scene. And I went and I'm like, oh, I really like this diamond painting. I wonder how much the shipping is going to be. So I went through the I put it in the cart and I went through the, oh crap, I think I'm putting these on the wrong, oh no, I'm not. For a second there I thought I was putting them on the wrong symbol. I'm not, I'm good. So yeah, I put it in the cart and I went through until it told me what the shipping was, and I'm like, oh my god. Like, I chuckle every time I watch an unboxing or, small shop haul or something for someone who's in the States. I saw one the other day and they were complaining because the shipping was $15. And I'm like, I wish shipping was $15, because this one company, the painting was, I don't know, probably close to $100. The shipping was $70. I'm like, no, that is not going to happen. I'm sorry. Like, maybe if they get bigger, because I've noticed that if a company is bigger, they end up getting better deals, I guess, with the courier companies or something, because I've never seen shipping cost that much. I've gone to various shops and I've never seen, I could not believe it when I saw that. I'm like, well, what? So I will keep an eye on it and see, test it every once in a while and see if maybe the shipping goes down, and maybe eventually I'll be able to buy a diamond painting from this company, because I really want to support these smaller businesses, but there's no way I can justify $70 for shipping. And then there was another one where I saw this really cool themed diamond painting tray. I'm not going to say what it is because I don't want to call out these stores. So I understand it's not the store's fault. Shipping is just, it's expensive to ship international. So I'm not going to name these companies, and that's why I'm not going to say what the theme of the diamond tray, like one of these trays, but like themed, what it was, because you could probably figure it out. Like I said, I don't want to call out companies, but I'm like, oh my god, I was so excited, this themed tray, and then I'm like, I wonder how much shipping is, because I had linked it to my husband, and this was the first time that he actually was almost like positive about, like almost he was positive about me maybe ordering one of these. And I looked at the shipping and I'm like, yeah, never mind. I don't remember where this company was out of. I don't think it was the US though. It was like $50, basically doubling the price of the tray. It was basically making this tray like $100, and I'm just like, no. I mean, it would be nice to have this theme tray. I cannot justify spending $100 on a tray. So like I said, when I watch videos of people unboxing things, or talking about these products that they're getting, and they're complaining about $15 shipping. Yeah, you don't know what we have to deal with here in Canada when we get international. It's pretty insane. And then we also have to worry about possibility of customs. So that's why I think things over very much a lot. That's why I think about these things a lot before I order them international, because I'm like, do I really want this? Do I really want to risk having to pay customs? Because usually I don't know if I have to pay customs until it gets here, and then I'm like slapped with this bill. So yeah, customs drives me nuts though, because it drives me nuts in the fact that, sure, if I could get it here, fine, charge me customs. Because sure, you want me to spend money here in Canada. I get that. But if I can't get this item here in Canada, don't be penalizing me about ordering outside of Canada if I can't even get it in Canada. Drives me nuts. So, I think now, I know I said this before, but I'm pretty sure that is all I wanted to talk about, or had listed on what to talk about during this WIP and Chat. I know it wasn't exciting. I only did one color the whole time, but there was not a lot of this color, apparently. And there's not a lot of colors. It's just the roof. There's a lot of browns and some yellows. And yeah, basically there's 3 different shades of brown and yellows and orange, but it's really close to yellow. So the diamond painting thing is not so exciting. Next week might be a little bit more exciting, because I will be working on my first Dreamer Designs kit, the Twisted Blossom one. So it's like a picture of like a lake and a swan and like a pink leaf tree. I want to say cherry blossom, but I don't think it is. I think it's just a tree with pink leaves. So there will be a lot more color in that one, hopefully, while I'm doing my WIP and Chat. So thanks for stopping by and watching and listening to my video. If you enjoyed your time, make sure you hit the thumbs up. If you are new here, I would appreciate if you hit the subscribe button and the bell, and so you can notified of future videos. I do have a few more videos scheduled for unboxings. I have, I think 4. I think I have 2 more of the Dreamer Designs kits to go, and then the 2 Halloween Make Market kits. I have videos scheduled for those. And my drill came off my pen. So thanks again, and I will see you next time. Bye.